And showcase. Oh my god! Oh my god! I cannot believe this, y'all! Woo! Alright, we just hit huge, guys. That is insane! After months of spoilers, the newest Star Wars Unlimited set, Legends of the Force, is here at Cards HQ, and I am so unbelievably excited to get an opportunity to take a look at this fantastic new set. We've got tons of cards that we're looking for today. We want Anakin Skywalker, we want Darth Vader, we want Qui-Gon Jinn. All of these cards and more could be in this box. I'm Nick with TCGHQ, and let's crack it open. So, it has been 4 months since the last Star Wars Unlimited set, Jump to Lightspeed. Very solid set. A little bit off kilter, I think, in terms of meta impact, just because of the Jango Fett ban that happened earlier in its, life cycle. But that's not going to happen this time because we don't currently have any cards in this set that should be impacted by anything like that. There are talks of Force Throw getting the axe, but we'll see. I don't really buy it. That being said, let's just take a second to appreciate this incredible art on this box. Of course, you've got my slash here, had to get it open somehow. That being said, we've got Yoda, we've got Ahsoka and Baylan Skoll fighting, and we've got, of course, Mother Talzin as well, and here's Savage Opress. Really fantastic art in this set. Arguably the best Star Wars Unlimited art of all time on some of the showcases. We could even hit one of those showcases today. It's quite unlikely from a regular booster box, but, we'll see. So far, in terms of box openings that we've done on the channel, we haven't hit anything crazy like that, but today could be our day. Let's see. Man, that is so nice. And the paper packs are always super easy to open as well. First pack, let's do it. We haven't opened a Star Wars Unlimited box yet on the channel, but the hit here is always going to be a showcase, right? You can find legendaries, of course, and hyperfoil legendaries in these regular boxes, but the very first card in the pack is what's going to have the shine if we hit big. And, all right, not quite yet a legendary, or excuse me, a showcase here, but we do have the Obi-Wan Kenobi leader here, one of my personal favorite leaders in this set. Really powerful. He has this action to tap him and use the Force, and you give an experience token to a unit without an experience token on it, and he flips on 5 as a 3/6 with a similar effect. Very powerful leader. In terms of the leaders in this set, not the strongest pool of people that I would build my deck around, but Obi-Wan is an exception to that rule. We're going to go ahead and put our leaders here. And of course, we have the new 28-point common bases, which all have the when a friendly Force unit attacks, the Force is with you, create your Force token. Really fantastic art on these 28-point bases. It's interesting because that means there's no 30-point bases whatsoever, and that's in both opening the packs and as it applies to your pre-releases and your sealed. You can only play with these 28-point bases. We're not going to set those aside because they're a new mechanic, but there's nothing inherently special about them. We'll get one in every pack. So they're just going to go along with our commons. Just going to take a second to appreciate this first pack here. This fantastic art. I really like this card. It's a 2/4 J-type Nubian starship. 3 Cunning and Heroism. When played, draw a card. When defeated, discard a card from your hand. Very good in new Kazuda builds where people are playing this guy to draw a card when he gets played, and then they're using Kazuda to blank the effect so that the when defeated doesn't go off. So basically it's just a 3-drop draw card, which is really nice. Refugee of the Path. And we have our first Hyperspace, Last Words. This is an interesting card. It's a 2-cost, no aspect card. If a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give 2 experience tokens to a unit. Theoretically useful. Effects like this can be powerful, and of course, take a moment to appreciate that art, y'all. It's Obi-Wan consoling Qui-Gon from The Phantom Menace right before Qui-Gon dies. Incredibly powerful moment in the Star Wars films, and first time we've seen these moments on a card, which is just really cool. We're going to go ahead and put our regular hyperspaces here. Of course, if we get anything super spice, we'll put them in the center here, but that's where we're going to put our regular hyperspaces for now. Okay, Sith Legionnaire. Ki-Adi-Mundi, one of the cards featured on our top 5 Legends of the Force cards. That video came out last week if you want to take a peek at that one. And then we've got, all right, we got a hit for our first pack. Let's go, y'all. Very, very nice. We have a Hyperspace Legendary card, HK-47. This is a 2-cost Aggression Villainy unit. 2/4 Sith droid. When an enemy unit is defeated, deal 1 damage to its controller's base. We're here for the Sith tag. We're here for the droid tag. IG-88 enjoyers are eating good with this set just because of this guy. He's going to be a 3 of in Villainy Red just because of, 1, there's not a lot of good 2-drops in those colors, and 2, he has an incredibly powerful effect when it comes to applying pressure. So that's a fantastic hit to get on our first pack. Super excited, super happy about that. We're gonna go ahead and put him right here. Just like I was saying, we can get some legendary hyperspaces. We got one in our very first pack. That is so cool. And he doesn't have a prestige variant, so this is one of the highest rarity versions of this card that you can get. And this is a playable card. We love to see that. As far as our rare goes, actually, I don't think I have read this card. This is a 4-cost upgrade in aggression. Heavy blaster cannon attached to a non-vehicle unit. When played, you may deal 1 damage to a ground unit, then deal 1 damage to the same unit, then deal 1 damage to the same unit. +2/+2 as a rare. Okay. In our foil, we have a character from Andor, Luthian Rail. He searches for an upgrade on attack. 4/5 for 4 in vigilance. Very cool. So we'll go ahead and just put our regular foils here. Nothing super exciting about a regular foil in this game, but they're still shiny. Okay, that was a pretty nice first pack. We got really lucky there. I'm super happy about that. Let's flip it and showcase. No showcase. We do have an Ahsoka Tano though. Ahsoka, not a leader that I'm a huge fan of, but I do really like the art. The effect is theoretically interesting. I mean, giving a thing Sentinel every turn, as long as you have a Force token, could be powerful, but normally leaders with that kind of effect are not that great. Go ahead and take a peek here at our hyperspace base, our first hyperspace base. I was actually really curious to see what this card looks like because I've been testing, and personally I've been testing Obi-Wan Kenobi with this base, Crystal Caves, the 28-point force base, and I really like this art. You unfortunately can't get this in foil, but it is really nice. So we'll put that with our other hyperspaces and we'll just take a look. We've got another Gungan, very, very nice. First Tusken Raider card, Tusken Tracker. It's got Raid 2, and when played, enemy units lose Hidden for the phase. Very good. Keep going. Just a lot of, yeah, Shin Hati from the Ahsoka show. Really powerful uncommon. Old Daka, another powerful uncommon. Okay, we've got a hyperspace uncommon, Karis, We Don't Like Strangers, probably going to be one of the most played 2-drops in these colors, just because of how powerful this effect is. When defeated, you may use the Force if you do give a unit -2/-2 for this phase. That's just, you know, if you're making value trades and you do this, it's a 2-for-1. Really powerful effect. And we've got our first rare base. It never feels too great to get a rare base, but that's okay. This one's interesting. 25-point Mystic Monastery. Action, the Force is with you. Create your Force token. Use this ability no more than 3 times each game. Basically, it means that you don't need to be relying on having a Force base if you don't want to, or if you don't want to build all of your deck around Force units. You can play Mystic Monastery to potentially combo off without needing to attack with your Force units. 25 points is pretty rough though, so I don't necessarily expect any of the 25-point Force bases to see play, just because, as we've seen with, you know, the rise of Data Vault and stuff like that, it's just really challenging when you only have that much health on your base. Even people who play, you know, Energy Conversion Lab, one of the very best, you know, bases in the game, Tarkin Town, these decks, they have to move really fast or else they just get flamed out so quickly because of their problematic health. That being said, are we going to get a showcase? Boom. No showcase. All right. I saw the full art on the bottom of the pack and I was like, was it shiny? I don't know. That being said, this is Kit Fisto, one of the aggression heroism leaders. I really like this guy as far as his front side goes. His leader unit side is not the best, but action 1, you can tap him. If you attacked with a Jedi unit this phase, deal 2 to a unit, solid effect, and then you flip him and he gets +1/+0 for each other friendly Jedi as a 1/6 on 5 and Saboteur. This is not very remarkable, but the leader side's pretty good, especially unlimited. We'll put him here, and then we have another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful common Force base. Love the art on those. We've got a hyperfoil in the back. I can't tell what it is yet. Wampa. We got the boy. It's Gungi. We love Gungi. You know, card's not expensive, but definitely playable. Marin. A Precarious Predicament. Say that 5 times fast. All right, so we've got the Scythe, a rare 4-drop aggression villainy. 3/5 Imperial Vehicle Transport Inquisitor. That's a lot of words. On attack, you may give another friendly Inquisitor unit +2/+0 for this phase. Interesting. And then our hyperfoil is a playable hyperfoil, very nice. It's a 3-cost Supremacy Tie SF. That's going to be a Vigilance Villainy card, 3/3 First Order Vehicle Fighter in the Space Arena, and it has Sentinel. This is the best statted Sentinel that you can possibly open in these colors, I should say. Let's keep it moving. Okay, we've got a hyperspace of the Obi-Wan leader. Let's see. We've got Doom and a foiled droid. Doom is really interesting because he gives a experience token to each other friendly non-vehicle unit if you have him out when the regroup phase starts, so you can cheese out some tokens that way, which is really powerful, theoretically at least. Gotta rip through these. I did say the paper packs were easier to open, but sometimes they're not. Barriss Offee, rare leader, very interesting. Reduces the cost of your events. Interesting leader, maybe a little handicapped. Aura Singh, very, very solid, uncommon. Deceptive Shade, not too much to write home about there. And a foil Ogdo Bogdo. This card's going to be great in every Han 2 deck. Really, really solid card. Since it's a foil rare, we're going to put it with our rares, and then we'll put the Deceptive Shade here. Yeah, I do like Barriss. I just think if you don't end up with the Force token in your deck, it's really, really challenging. Because you'll end up with all these cards in your hand that are just a little overcosted. Another Obi-Wan. They really want us to be playing Obi-Wan here. We've got a rare Pong Krell. Not a good card. Definitely not worth spending any time on. And then the Infused Brawler. This is an interesting one. It's a 2-cost aggression, 2/2 Force Knight. When played, use the Force to give it 2 experience tokens. And then when it completes an attack, you defeat an experience on it. So theoretically, interesting card. Can be really powerful if you have the Force token on 2, or on the second turn, excuse me. Gives you a beefy attacker theoretically on the follow-up turn. All right, we've got Cal Kestis. Really cool that he has a leader. Really unfortunate how bad that leader is, but that's going to be a consistency with this set, is that the leaders are not very good, but they're iconic characters. We've got a hyperspace Kowakian Monkey Lizard. 2/1 ambush, will not see play. A lightsaber, love the amount of lightsabers in this set. Liberated by Darkness. Basically a change of heart, a turn early in Villainy. Lets you steal something if you burn the Force token. And a foil Scimitar. This is one of the cards from one of the starter decks here. This is from the Darth Maul Spotlight deck. Very cool to get that in foil. Interesting card too. Keep going. Looks like we're about a third of the way through the box, and we've only gotten one legendary so far, the Hyperspace we opened. Okay, no showcase, but we do have the third sister. She's interesting. She gives things hidden. One of the more playable ones, I'd say, especially in Limited. Keep it going, keep it going. Calm in the Storm, really like this card. Love this moment. Also from the Phantom Menace, like we mentioned earlier. Mace Windu, one of the bomb cards in this set. Super powerful uncommon, basically a wrecker without the penalty of killing a resource. Then we've got Malakili, the guy that reduces creatures, and the Dagoyan Master as our foil. Okay, very cool to get one of these. A lot of cool creatures in this set. Reducing the cost and protecting your units from the damage those creatures can cause. Theoretically, super powerful. Okay, and we've got Mother Talzin. She is real. One of the best leaders in this set, right up there with Obi-Wan. Letting you reduce your opponent's attackers by -1/-1 is very solid, and when you combine that with a lot of the cards in this set that we've already seen, like Karis and some of the other commons and uncommons that do the same, really powerful leader, theoretically. All right, we've got a Terran Tatek. This is a creature 5/5 hyperspace. Lets you ambush if your opponent controls a Force unit. Very, very powerful in this set and Limited especially. Here's one of those cards that go really good with Talzin. Gives a -3/-3 when you use the Force token. Chirrut Imwe, his first appearance. This was our #1 card in our Legends of the Force top 5. Then we have another legendary. There we go. Okay, so we've gotten 2 aggression Villainy legendaries. This is the Grand Inquisitor, 3/4 Force Imperial Inquisitor, hidden, raid 1 other friendly Inquisitor units gain hidden. We're gonna go ahead and put that right here with the HK-47. Most of the time you're gonna play these two together, interestingly enough. This box is gearing us towards a certain deck, and that's interesting. And showcase, nope, another Ahsoka. Can we get another legendary back to back? Not quite. Size matters not. And a Luke Skywalker foil rare. That's cool. Very nice. Luke Skywalker is a good card. Whenever you use the Force and you play a unique unit, whenever you play another unique unit, you can use the Force, and if you do, this gets an experience and a shield token. So theoretically, you can make it that Luke is really hard to get rid of. Of course, referencing the scene in Episode 4 when Obi-Wan sacrifices himself and makes Luke understand the purpose of his journey. We've got the Kylo Rare leader. Interesting card. Probably not playable. This is a pretty hyperspace. Just got a bunch of cool stuff. Always 2, another legendary. All right, so this is a 4-cost Vigilance Villainy legendary with the Sith trait. Choose 2 friendly Sith units. If you do, give 2 shield tokens and 2 experience tokens to each chosen unit. Defeat all other friendly units. One day, when there's more Sith units in the game, maybe, but for right now, just a really cool card to look at. I mean, the art with Maul and Palpatine, really solid. And another foil lightsaber here. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, Cal Kestis once more. Very, very sweet hyperspace common base here. This is the Fortress Vader on Mustafar. Really cool art. Love to see that. Looks like we've got another hyperspace, and it's Neiman Strike. That's a 1-cost command buff card for Force units. And then the Rey Rare, whenever you draw it, if you control a red leader or base, you ping something for 2, as well as the base for your opponent's base for 2. If you reveal it from your hand when you draw it during the turn. Interesting card. Move that down to the rares. Let's keep it rolling. So far, we have 3 legendaries, 2 of which I think are playable. Another Third Sister, another beautiful hyperspace base. I would like to get a few more. We've got the Quinlan Voss uncommon, really powerful card. And then another rare base, not playable, pretty, but not playable, unfortunately. And then a foil, okay? And showcase. Oh my God! Oh my God! I cannot believe this, y'all! Look at that! That is insane! We got, on the call, no less, the Darth Maul showcase from Legends of the Force out of 1 box. That is insane. What a hit. Oh my God. Look at this art too. This is crazy. Oh, fantastic, iconic moment from The Phantom Menace. This is Darth Maul when he's about to meet Qui-Gon after they go through the threshold to get to the reactor room. Really incredible art, iconic moment, super sweet showcase to hit. Oh my God, and check out this foiling too. The foiling on the showcases in this set are so clean. Woo, all right, we just hit huge, guys. Paid for our box and then some. And not only that, he is an aggression villainy leader. You pair that with the other things we've opened, the HK-47 and the Grand Inquisitor specifically. That is nuts, y'all. Woo! All right, really sweet stuff. The box has been made. I mean, that's the hit, guys. That's what we wanted. We wanted a showcase. We wanted a couple sweet legendaries, and there's still plenty of packs to go. That is just crazy. I am blown away. I've never had that kind of really crazy luck where we're opening a single box and we get something that nuts, and it is so gorgeous. All right, it's a good day. Legends of the Force welcoming me, man. This is great. All right, Supreme Leader Snoke. Haven't seen him yet, but man, it's really hard to come down from that. I mean, what could possibly compare, guys? Woo! Owen Lars, Luminous Beings, very beautiful art. Another iconic moment at the end of Return of the Jedi. Really sweet. And then a Hyperspace Wayfarer Space Creature foil. Wow. So what other legendaries can we accompany this showcase hit with? It would be really cool if we got a Vader. It would be really cool if we got an Anakin. We got a Hyperspace Morgan Elsbeth. Interesting leader, but probably not playable. Got plenty of cards here, plenty of cards. Captain Enoch gets +1/+0 for each trooper in your discard, and then a foil Fallen Jedi. Man. Pretty much no matter what, I am feeling good. Fun funny enough, I got so hyped. There's a pack here that the showcase came out of. We'll have to take a look at that in a second. I mean, the hit was the showcase, so what could possibly be in there? T6 Shuttle 1974 and Karis foil. Put that there. And let's take a look at what's in this pack. I can't forget about it. Wow. Okay, so there's a hyperfoil and a hyperspace. So this pack was just busted. A card we've seen before that I talked about for a little bit, hyperspace. That's really sweet. And then let's see, we've got, holy crap. All right, cool. So we've got a hyperfoil, Witch of the Mist, but it's also, there's a legendary in the pack. So this was a pack that had a showcase and a legendary, a hyperspace foil and a hyperspace. So completely loaded, like one of the very best packs you can open in this game. This is Marchion Ro. He's from some of the novels. I forget which one. He's the leader of the Nihil, if I remember right. He's a 6 cunning villainy, 6/7 underworld Nihil. Each friendly raid unit, I'm going to restart with the description of the guy. So this is Marchion Ro. He's a 6-cost cunning villainy unit, legendary 6/7 underworld Nihil. Each friendly unit's raid is doubled. Very powerful in one specific deck, and that is Cad Bane, because of course Cad Bane leader has raid 2, and a couple of other things you can play have that as well. Okay, so currently we're at 4 legendaries, and of course a showcase. We have the Grand Inquisitor, my personal pick for worst leader in the game. We're going to go ahead and put him there. Mysterious Hermit, hyperspace. Okay, box keeps giving us goodies, y'all. Take a peek at that. So this is one of the cards that was also in our top 5. This is Yoda, my ally is the Force. So he's going to be an 8-cost command heroism, 5/9. When played, you may use the Force if you do heal 5 damage from a base, and when you use the Force, you may deal damage to a unit equal to twice the number of units you control. Crazy bomb. Consistently applying pressure if you're in the Force. And not only that, but you're healing 5 when you play him. That's just really powerful. It's one of the best quick shots of healing you can get. We've got another Kit Fisto. Let's keep it rolling. We've got Drain Essence, really beautiful hyperspace here. We've got a hyperfoil on the back. Keller and Beck, probably best uncommon in the set, arguably, aside from you know, Chired and Kiadi, those 3. And then we've got another Luke Rare and a Hyperfoil Legendary. All right, so this box has literally everything that you can possibly have in order to make your box the best possible Star Wars Unlimited booster box possible. Because now we've hit a Hyperspace Legendary. We've got a couple of really good Legendaries. We've got a Showcase, and now we have a Hyperfoil Legendary. So this is an 8-cost Sin Drawling, Esteemed Blade Master. He's 8 aggression, heroism, 5/6, Force Jedi Republic, weak stats, but when you play him, you may play a lightsaber upgrade from your hand for free on this unit, and if you do, ready him. Theoretically, endgame bomb. That's really cool to see. This box has been absolutely incredible. We started off a little slow, but things are quickly picking back up. Love to see that. Can we close it with one of the big 3 legendaries of the set? Can we close it with a Anakin, with a, okay, here's Yoda's lightsaber, and of course this is a rare, so hyperspace rare. Can we close it out with an Anakin? Can we close it out with a Vader? Can we close it out with a Qui-Gon? That would be really all that's left to look for, because so far, I mean, you can't complain when you hit a box like this, guys. Crazy good stuff. Okay, there we go. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got Darth Revan's lightsabers, one of the Legends cards. We're going to go ahead and put that there. And a foil Premonition of Doom, another rare card. Looks like we have, this is our 3rd to last pack. Another Grand Inquisitor. Okay, we've got a Hyperspace Jocasta Nu. This is an uncommon. We'll put that with the other Hyperspaces. Rare base, and then a foil Jedi Farce. Foil Jedi Starfighter. 2 more packs. What can we hit? We just want another legendary, that's all. That's all we need. All right, we've seen our first appearance of Avar Kriss, one of the more interesting leaders in this game. Theoretically, without any other impact on the game, the latest deploy in the game at 9. But every time you use the Force, it reduces that, and she has an action where she can just give you the Force token, so she doesn't lock you into the strategy as much. You have it on demand, which is theoretically powerful. We just have to see how it plays out. Premonition of Doom and a foil Youngling Padawan. All right. Last pack. What can we do, Yoda? What are you going to give us? Just wanted to take a second to appreciate this, this art here on the barcode, the art on the front of the pack. This is so sweet. And you can, of course, find all of this on release day at cardshq.com. Booster boxes, supplies, all the new stuff they're releasing. We've got the Anakin Skywalker Rare Leader. Very interesting guy. Maybe somebody will do something with him. Maybe not. Okay. So normally I go pretty slow with these. I did go to the Hunting Nexu first because it was a hyperspace. My eye was drawn to it. But let's go ahead and just see if we can thumb through these here. Crushing Blow, interesting removal card. Let's see if we can pull off one more legendary, y'all. Overpower. Jedi Guardian. We are in our uncommons. Rampage. HK-87 Assassin Droid. Savage Oppress. And we did it. We did it. We got one more legendary. I love to see that, guys. Also, one of the cards on our top 5 list, Constructed Lightsaber. Of course, you guys have seen it before. Plenty of online discourse about whether or not this card is going to be everywhere or not in the meta. I'm sure that it will be at the very least post-rotation, because we've got Constructed Lightsaber you can attach to a Force unit. If it's attached to a Heroism unit, it gains Restore 2. If it's attached to a Villainy unit, it gains Raid 2. And if it's attached to neither of those and just a neutral unit, that unit gets Sentinel, and it gives you a decent +2, +3. It can go in every deck because there's no aspect. Very solid. And last card, Force Illusion, foil uncommon. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a moment to review what we pulled off here. So we've got the Constructed Lightsaber, we've got a Yoda, we've got a Marchion Ro, we've got an Always 2, we've got a Grand Inquisitor, a Hyperspace HK-47, and of course we've got our Hyperfoil Legendary Sindralig, interesting card. The shine on that's really pretty. That window in the back is making everything pop here. And then, of course, the ultimate hit that you can get from a booster box, a regular booster box of Star Wars Unlimited, is going to be the showcase. And boy, did we get a pretty one. Whew, all right. This Darth Maul really sent this home, guys. Fantastic box, topped by this guy, this incredible piece of art on this card, incredibly iconic character from the Star Wars mythos. Really happy with how things turned out. Legends of the Force is looking to be a super exciting set for Limited and Constructed. There's a lot of really cool cards in it, and like we've talked about always here, any of the products that we open on this channel, you can find at cardshq.com. We went really big on Legends of the Force. We've got the sleeves, we've got the booster boxes, we've got the Carbonite booster boxes, and not only that, but if you play in store or you're going to the Galactic Championship, we'll have singles there when we're vending. It's going to be incredibly exciting. I've been Nick with TCGHQ. We're really happy with this box, and we're hoping to see you guys at some pre-releases for Legends of the Force. See you next time.